What did I tell you? Pretty much everything that we've been seeing with the weakness in US economic data and the timing within the price action of silver and even gold would benefit both metals once the story materialized. And I mentioned this actually yesterday in a community tab post. If you subscribe to the channel, you should subscribe. Um, I mentioned this. I said tomorrow will be a big data day. The dollar has fallen aggressively today, almost down to the 92.00 level, and it was around 92.2. And then I said that's huge. We just need to see it materialize in metals. And then I posted this screenshot of the economic data coming out today. And as you can see here, there's an expectation that non-farm payrolls data would be around 720,000. And instead of getting 720,000, we got 235,000. Now, the reason why I felt a little bit more confident in this, miss here is not just because of the Citigroup's U.S. Economic Surprise Data Index that I've been harping on about over and over and over again for the last few weeks. That also has a pretty strong correlation, positive correlation with the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield. When that goes down, the yield goes down, and we've been seeing the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield come down, helping gold and silver. But in addition to that, we've been talking about the ISM quite a bit on this channel. Now, whether you look at the manufacturing or the services data, which also came out today, you've been seeing that generally we've been having growth, whether it's slower growth or faster growth on the headline numbers. But if you dig into the data, you'll see that the weakest numbers come in within employment. Take a look here, guys. If you take a look at the difference between the employment data in the manufacturing sector in the US in July, which was at 52.9, going to where we are now, which in August, which is 49.0, which is very bad. That's contracting. That is a negative 3.9 difference there. Obviously, supplier deliveries aren't doing too well as far as negative price changes. But as far as getting down to that 49 level, that's really bad. For the services sector, not as bad, but still very low in comparison. We're at that 53 level. So it's not, as you can see, the rate of change is growing, but slower in the services sector. So generally, employment is looking pretty weak across the board, and it's been trending down across the board. So this to me is not surprising. And again, that's one of the reasons why I felt a little bit confident. And as we've been seeing more and more of the surprise, taking analysts and economists by surprise, US data becoming more and more negative, we've been seeing the dollar just have a really, really bad time. And as you can see here, I've been kind of charting this out on this is the DXY here. I've been charting this out. And those of you who've been following my channel, subscribe to the channel, you've been seeing me reference this chart. And essentially, that yellow line here was the latest trend line that I drew after hitting this peak here. And basically, we've been on this descent. And yesterday, we had a pretty bad day. But today, we're starting lower and edging down past the lower band of the Bollinger Bands. We're also getting close to this is the 38.71 level here in the RSI for the dollar, and the MACD, the histogram, is showing continued downward momentum for the dollar. So as far as timing is concerned, and just general movements for the dollar, it's looking pretty bad. For silver, on the other hand, it's looking pretty good. I mean, I just flashed away from this. And guys, this here is unheard of for silver. This just does not happen. Silver does not have a 4% day. It just doesn't. It just, it generally doesn't. Hold on. I'm actually going to pause this and I'm going to come back and show you why this generally does not happen. Well, actually, it looks like it's still going. Okay, guys, so this is silver data that you're seeing on the screen. It goes back pretty far. In total, let's go over here. We have about, how many points of data do we have here? About 1,641 points of data, so a decent amount. Let's see what this graph looks like, and I will show you exactly why days like this are very uncommon in silver. My computer is being a little bit slow here as far as populating the data, but perhaps I can just actually go back over here and show you the raw numbers, and that might actually be easier for you. So generally, if we take a look at these are daily returns, by the way. So if we go down to the positive side and we take a look at the type of data that we can get. So here's a 4% day. And generally, for 4% days, 3.5 to 4% days, 1% of data, of frequency of data, was found within this bin here. So most of the time, you will find silver's data to lie around 0%, around 0.5% days, 0.10% days. An actual 4% day is, as far as the distribution is concerned, it's just not common. Okay, now the graph is actually here, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here's this graph that I created. And let me know if you want this. I can actually create this for you guys. So as you can see here on the screen, this is what I was talking about. This is the kind of day we're having. This is uncommon. So as far as silver's performing today, I know many of you don't like me saying this, but I think we can definitely say that silver is soaring today. And we are actually getting close to the $25 level. Just remember, we were struggling to close over the $24 level just earlier this week. Now we're approaching the $25 level. Now, who knows what will happen on Monday? Who knows what will happen at the close of today? As we know, price swings can happen. But this is what happens when the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield is lower and the dollar is lower. And the trend is in our favor with all of those fundamentals behind it. So the probability is pretty much in our favor. So guys, let me know what you think about silver's move and gold's move today. Actually, can't discount gold. We're actually above 1830, which 1830 was actually a very strong psychological resistance level that gold had. And we're currently seeing it above it. That's good. But guys, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below.